overseas and sort of grind in a place where they might not have had to, live in that college basketball life. But if the NCAA and the NBA can...
Figures. Okay, Bob, this is kind of a ride for you. Just wanted to show you what it was like inside this car at night. I don't know how good the camera angle is, but I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to take a little ride. Some old stomping grounds here. Left onto Garrett Road. This car is happy short shifting all day long. Nice and quiet on smooth pavement. Real nice and quiet. And there's a sheriff's car. Glad I dropped my high beams. Asked about the shifting. It's really quite slick, I think. Very refined. Clutch take up is really nice. Okay, I'm going to take a left onto Milton Ave here, Route 50. Again, this thing, you can drive it all day and you never have to go over 2,000 RPM. Very tractable engine. You probably can't see it, but I'm in fourth gear, about 35 miles an hour, 1750 RPM roughly. Okay, I'm going to take a right onto East High Street. Head over in the direction of your old house. East High Street's pretty lumpy, as you know, especially this time of year. You can hear the bumps, maybe, on this video. You can feel them. This ride's pretty taut. But it doesn't crash, like no crashing, banging bumps. Oof. I do look out for holes though with 40 series tires. I don't want to blow a tire or, God forbid, bend a rim. That would be expensive. So I do try to avoid the big chuck holes if I see them. Didn't have a care in the world about those with my truck. Not sure what the deal is with this stopped vehicle up here. Railroad tracks. Bugabum. That wasn't too bad, but touched the boost there. Just put it in sixth at 52 miles an hour. Back into fifth. Just went past the old Spabra house. You may or may not like this thing down here. It's you know, like it's an economy driving coach. Tells you how you've been doing, if you should slow down. Gear shift indicator. There's also a gear shift recommendation up in the center console here between the TAC and the Speedo. Right up in the top corner, it shows you what gear position you're in when you've got a stick, and it tells you when you should upshift. It doesn't tell you when you should downshift, not surprisingly. Cool thing is, this one down here does tell you to downshift sometimes, which is kind of cool. So the car's kind of warmed up now. I'll just give it a little juice going down this hill. There's 60 right there. That was easy. I went over 60 actually. Almost hurt my back with that acceleration. It's a bit of a rocket, to be honest. I think I've seen published 0 to 60 times sub 6 seconds for this car. So it's there. It's there when you need it. But it's so nice to drive sedately also. It's just a real joy to drive. Anyway, fucking hey, invisible person there on the side of the road. I swear they were wearing black with a face mask on. Jeez. I actually have to go pick up Bobby in a little while. This trip with all urban and a couple of and a squirt there, I'm getting 25 miles per gallon on this trip. No sustained highway driving. This shows you your mileage here since start. My mileage in this tank so far is 29.4. Since start, 24.2. It's windy out too. See the flag? Well, you probably can't see them. Flags blowing in the wind over there. It's really quite windy. Probably 20 mile an hour winds right now with gusts there's a sustained wind that I'm thinking is probably got to be pushing 20 miles per hour. So it's actually even more quiet in here typically. This has the blind spot warning system, which is kind of nice. It lights right up on your side view mirror when somebody is in your blind spot. So I'm in 6th gear at 1500 RPM. You give it a little gas and it's low res, but it just starts taking right off. It actually has max torque available at 1500, which is 258 pound-feet. It's a torquey motor. This is quite a refined car, but it is a performance car for sure. But it is so enjoyable to drive in any way you care to drive it. Grandpa style or hooligan style, it is equally enjoyable. That boost is something, man. Thing moves right out.